Hello, happy Throwback Thursday, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel and another update of the Cantina Diorama. Guys, thank you very much for coming by. It's rare that I do another video update on YouTube the next day, rather. But hey, I wanted to show you what I got going on with the textures. What I am doing is jumping ahead a little bit and carving in the imperfections on the outside of the cantina, you know, and the wall, you know, any stucco or whatever, or mud covering, you know, chips off or falls down or whatever. So guys, moving right along, we'll just talk about it here. We'll just keep it chill. Right there is Chalman's pilot, or maybe his assistant. I don't know. I made him custom. I kind of like tried to make him look like the guy in the illustration book. But anyhow, moving on. I'm gonna move in closer here, guys. So everything is covered. A couple of updates ago, I did the texture, and I showed you how to do that. So this is like completely dried, like for the past like 48 hours at least. So I went back and I carved in some imperfections, some stone chipping away. Okay. I did post pictures on my Facebook, so you can check out the details on how I did it. Everything's in white right now because I'm getting ready to paint it dark. If you look right here, this is all like caved in, right? And it goes across the hanger. That's right here. That's what I'm making right there on the side. Okay. This piece right here, this little like pulley anchor or whatever, what have you. That's gonna be this right here, and that's gonna be going up at the top somewhere over here. There's actually two of them. I have like 4 of these laying around. They're actually axles for a train, for like a toy train. So I'm using them as the anchors, just like the one in the book, and they look pretty damn close to, if I might add. You can get the book on Amazon, or you can check out Google, and you can check out the illustrations and stuff. All right, so moving on, I'm talking about the texturizing. So I got some other things going on too, you know, like I carved into here, and you know, I tried to match what's going on in the illustration book. On the inside, we'll take off the roof here, guys. Sorry, dropped the spray can. We'll move this guy here. I got some cracks going on here. These kind of like recessed in, and you know, just major damage. These lead around right here. Yeah. So it's like it continues around, and it's going to be carved right through the hanger as well, just like it is in the illustration book. So what I am going to do is show you how I do it. It's so very simple. I'm gonna do a mark right over here, guys. Okay. So all I do is I had this like little saw knife, okay, and let's say I just want to put a nick right here. All I have to do, be very careful, guys, cut away from you, don't cut towards you, okay, and keep your hands behind everything, seriously. So I'll just like cut a nice, you know, little gash right here. Okay, now you wouldn't be able to do that with plaster, guys, but because it's the caulk, which gives it a soft, pliable texture, just like right here. All right, make sure you balance on here. You're on the tripod. I don't want you to fall, but the texture turns into like a leather. See what I mean? I was able to peel it off, you know, the side. Like right here, after cutting into it with the X-Acto blade. And then I peel it off, you know, like a scab. I mean, literally, it feels like a scab. Don't mean to be gross, but it feels like leather. It's nice and soft. That's why I like using it. And I could actually tear it up in half like this, and I could use these pieces for something else. Look how nice and detailed they are. And especially after you paint them, then they're gonna look super fantastic. So I could do something like, you know, pile them at the bottom, you know, because that's where they fell from. I don't know if you see what I'm talking about, but just an idea. But that's why I like using the caulk, okay? So after I get that piece, okay, I can take the razor blade, go right back with the razor blade here, and I'm gonna give it a triangular cut. I'm not worried about making too many mistakes, guys, because this is Tatooine. I can cover it up with different techniques. All right, so I covered into here, and if you look, I kind of like went in a little bit too deep right there, right? But that's okay, it's gonna work because it's falling apart, right? See how nice, soft, and pliable that is? Okay, so all I have to do really is I could just take my fingernail. I got my long fingernail back. I'm really happy it broke off last time. But if you're an artist, you know what I'm talking about, especially a diorama maker. Now, let me focus that in. All right. The white balance is like so bad, guys. We're listening to the old Republic soundtrack. It's their attempt at sounding like the Cantina. But anyway, so I can like dig it in with my fingernail. You know, maybe pull a little bit up. I don't want anything to look curled because the plaster wouldn't look curled. So I want to pull it out in a way where it's going to be like looking straight. You know, like it's just a big old gash that went through here. You know, maybe a piece from a ship fell off, or, you know, this is the hangar area, so there's going to be a little bit more damage. So I'm okay with this. Alright. So you see how I did that, guys? Just a crack right through there. Okay. Peeled off the piece in there and everything. You saw that. I could easily just take my nail here too. Get underneath there. Peel a nice piece here. Just let it randomly happen. You know, with some control, of course. And then take a big old chunk and leave it right there. Okay, so now it looks a little bit more recessed in, a couple layer difference, okay? It does expose the foam board underneath, okay? But this is really sturdy, guys. It's like incredible material to work with. But what I'm gonna do is go back right here with the Alex Fast Dry caulk that I use all the time. And I'm just gonna use my finger and just rub it right in there, okay? Kind of like, you know, doing grout. You know, maybe trace the lines a little bit with my fingertip and, you know, let it expose some dark spots in there within the wall. Okay. That's how simple it is. And the caulk really helps for keeping it sealed, and because you did expose the foam board underneath, so you want to seal that. I will go back some other time and paint some Mod Podge over it just to harden it up so it doesn't peel away. But it's not going to peel away. I'm not too worried about it. This caulk is pretty tough. But I love it. It creates a skin and you can work with it. Unlike plaster, if you like plaster, great. You know, I'll use plaster in the future, but for this project, I'm definitely using the caulk. You should give it a try. But it is on the expensive side, guys. It's like $2.30 a tube, so be very careful and budget for it. Alright, so that being said, I'm gonna give it a quick paint here because I'm gonna show you what I'm doing. My base coat is khaki, alright, by Apple Barrel. I love them. They have great acrylics. This is a matte acrylic paint, okay, khaki. All right. So I use a real bristle brush. I guess it's real hairs or something. I don't know. Maybe from a donkey. I don't know. Anyhow, so I'm gonna paint this area, this big gash area that I did for you guys. All right. So I'm gonna let it happen naturally, and I'm gonna kind of like give it just a swirl motion so I can get in there. Okay. I'm not going to do too much, guys. I'm only going to do this area, and that's okay, but I want to show you how I'm going to detail this and make it pop. I'm only going to do this side because I don't want to make the video too long. and then I'll work on it later and then show you some pictures and the results. So as you can see, it already pops right there. Okay, all I did here is just like, you know, saw into it and I pushed the pieces down and it gave it like a crumbling rock crevice look, and I really like it. So I think with some more touch-ups on here, it's gonna look super fantastic. So what's really nice about the acrylics, I like to work really quick with them because I get some of the bleeding that helps with blending. So I do put it on there, but I am jumping ahead a little bit and I'll just touch it up later, but I want to show you just kind of like what I got going on with it. What I am going to do is take pewter gray, okay, next. Okay, and I have a smaller version of that broad brush I have, and I'm gonna kind of like give it just a light tapping in there. Okay, dab a little bit off the brush, kind of like a dry brushing almost, but you know. I'm gonna follow some of the contours in here. I want to darken up the back areas because I want them to stand out, and I'm just gonna go around randomly. I'm not gonna, you know, worry about details too much. Get in there. I might, you know, let's brush off on the sides here. Okay. All right. You don't have to go too crazy. Just get some darks in there. All right. So now I'll go with it's another color. It's called Warm Buff, if I could find it. Okay, it's called Warm Buff. It's a multi-texture, so it's a satin, okay? And it's good for indoor and outdoor. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna use the same brush that I used, the pewter gray, and I'm just gonna put that on there. So there's a slight little sheen to it too, because this will help bring out things. And I'm just gonna go across the texture a little bit, right across, and just trace it around, dab here and there, and then just brush it to the left. As you can see, it kind of like gave it a grayish look right around the edges. You want it to look weathered because it's been exposed like that to the elements for a long time. All right. All right, then I'm gonna come back with my antique white, and I'm gonna use that same brush I used earlier, the broad brush, to put on the khaki background, and I'm just gonna take from the lid. Okay, with these browns and earth tone colors, it's really nice because you can almost get away with being, you know, mixing the colors a little bit because they're not gonna ruin your jar too much, really. So then I'm gonna give it just a nice little brush highlight here, here, here. Okay. You see that? So you get a little bit more highlights right there. You see the different textures popping out, starting to look like a stone wall, or you know, like the Tatooine wall, just breaking apart. You could always drop me a line, guys, you know, or something, or send me a private message asking me about how I did something, and I could definitely help you out. Now what I'll do is I'll paint the rest of this, and I'll repeat this process and all the other cracks that are there, you know, like the one that I showed you how to do and the other ones here. So I'll repeat this process with the shading, and then of course everything else will be done the way I've been doing the walls inside the cantina itself. Although that is the outside, so I have to make it match more of the outside, just like the dome. So the dome entrance is basically my palette for the outside, okay? And my palette for the inside is the main arena area, I call it. So I've done updates on that and showing you the pinstripes, so I hope you guys like that. So that's basically it. I hope you like that. I hope you get the idea of what I'm doing with that. But like I said, this Alex Fast Right caulk is excellent, and it's lightweight, I'm not worried about breakage, and it has a 50-year guarantee. And I'm not going to live past 80, so I'm not worried about it. Anyhow, but there we go, guys. We're going over 15 minutes. It's rather kind of long there, so it's roughly 6.25 high, guys. Okay, for the hanger area, about 6.25. With the roof added, it adds another quarter. So it takes a little bit longer. Please prepare for this stuff, you know. You really can't make a mistake, but I can't wait to get it fixed, because what's going to happen is when I'm ready to do the roof, I'm going to do that same concept here, and it'll be a big old gash coming through. I have it marked off where I'm going to do it, but I still have to do all the texturizing and stuff, and the roof is going to be last. Okay, so I hope you like that. And of course, I'll carry the technique on over here and fill in the cracks and stuff. Those are pretty nice. I like those. You see how it highlights? So, and then just from handling it over time, you know, with my body oils and whatever paints and stuff, it's gonna all blend in really nice and definitely look worn. So, anyhow, I think I'm losing my voice here, guys. Having a little hard time talking. Anyhow, I'm gonna leave it at that. This is the illustration book that I'm basing everything off of. I hope you guys check it out and do a comparison and see how it goes. Y'all have a gorgeous day. Happy Throwback Thursday. If you get a chance, please share. I understand if you can't share, but please at least like, comment. If you need any help with anything, like I said, I will help you out. Just send me a message. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at Vincent Agatha, and you can follow me on Facebook, and you can check out some photos on some of the tutorial processes that I have done. So, you guys have an awesome day. I love you. You be well. Thank you all so much for your support, and you rock. No, may the force be with you.